Breaking right now, Piers Morgan has lashed out at Prince Harry after the delusional Duke and his Sentebale charity is now being subjected to a charity commission investigation. This is a complete disaster. This is a total disaster for the Sussexes, especially when you remember the only reason this actually happened is because Meghan Markle is jealous of Dr. Sophie Chandauka, a woman of colour who has very successfully run Sentebale. Now, there are huge ironies, of course, huge hypocrisies, and this is what Piers Morgan pointed out today, writing, breaking. Prince Harry calls a black woman who made allegations of racism and harassment against a member of the royal family a liar. How comically ironic. I wonder if Meghan will now write to him, demanding he apologise for disbelieving the accuser's truth. And if you take a look at these new videos which have emerged of Meghan Markle on stage at this fateful event with Sentebale and also before and after the event, it's so obvious that she hates Dr. Sophie Chandauka because Dr. Sophie Chandauka is everything she's not. A classy, respectful, talented, intelligent black woman who isn't doing anything to become famous. Now, let me take you through these statements today, which will give you some type of an idea of just how bitter and difficult things are about to get for Prince Harry. So the Charity Commission announced that they are now in direct contact with parties who have raised concerns to gather evidence and assess the compliance of the charity and trustees past and present with their legal duties. The regulator's focus, in line with its statutory remit, will be to determine whether the charity's current and former trustees, including its chair, have fulfilled their duties and responsibilities under charity law. Well, Prince Harry threw an epic hissy fit after receiving the news. This is nuts. He has released his own statement saying, from the inception of Sentebale nearly 20 years ago, Prince Sisi and I have had a clear goal to support the children and young people in Southern Africa in memory of our mothers. What has transpired over the last week has been heartbreaking to witness, especially, and here's the key line, when such blatant lies, so yes, he is accusing Sophie Chandauka, a black woman, of being a liar, hurt those who have invested decades in their shared goals. No one suffers more than the beneficiaries of Sentebale itself. On behalf of the former trustees and patrons, we share in the relief that the Charity Commission confirmed they will be conducting a robust inquiry. We fully expect it will unveil the truth that collectively forced us to resign. We remain hopeful this will allow for the charity to be put in the right hands immediately for the sake of the communities we serve.
This is big. Prince Harry's beloved charity, Sentebale, the one he founded in honor of Princess Diana, is now under official investigation. And at the center of it, Meghan Markle and shocking accusations of mistreatment. Dr. Sophie Chandauka, a highly respected black executive, has come forward with some jaw-dropping claims. She alleges that Meghan made her feel humiliated and bullied while working with the organization. Now, given Meghan and Harry's constant preaching about kindness and equality, you'd think they'd take these claims seriously, right? Well, guess what? Harry's response was basically a slap in the face to Chandauka.
But Dr. Sophie Chandauka has kept the receipts, folks, and she isn't having any of that. She released her own statement in the past few hours, welcoming the inquiry, and here's the key thing, with a clear warning to Prince Harry. For completeness, I should mention that we initiated an internal governance review last year, the findings of which we will share with the Charity Commission. Goodness me, Maya Tusi of Tusi TV, what a mess. But here's the thing, I don't even care if the Charity Commission in some way find against Dr. Sophie Chandauka, because Prince Harry is already the biggest loser here. He has literally blown up the charity that he set up in the memory, in the honour of his late mother, Princess Diana. He has blown it up because his goddamn wife couldn't get on with the chairwoman, who happens to be a successful black woman. It's extraordinary. And it's not often, actually, these days I agree with Piers Morgan, but on this I totally agree. What a total hypocrite when Harry and Meghan forced Piers Morgan out of his job at Good Morning Britain. Do you remember that? Because he called Meghan Markle, a blatant liar.
Mm. Well, yeah, it is what we say. The cultural left always ends up eating itself, which is kind of fascinating. The way all these individuals, like celebrities and the organizations, whether it's the charity commission or the others, when their mistake is that they always sell themselves as the gods of morality. And the problem is it eventually backfires. And it's backfiring again on Harry and Meghan. And it's not really the first time because if you go around saying, for example, Harry and Meghan were saying we were being bullied by everyone. They were being bullied by the whole country. They were being bullied by William and Kate and everybody else. And, it's not really a surprise when the story comes out that they're also, being a little bit mean, let's just say. But Meghan herself, she's just making it a little bit easier for the inevitable collapse of the marriage, which is not good for the kids, by the way. But the reality is that this is not going to last forever. And eventually, Harry needs to come back and beg for forgiveness and probably apply for a visa because we have to withdraw his citizenship, just like Shimon Begum.
Yes. Can we do that? Can we just say, Harry, we don't want you anymore? I mean,
It's ginger. So ginger jihadi, why not?
Yeah, I mean, what's so interesting though, Maya, is that because he has allowed this to happen, and remember, all of this actually happened because actually, I want to show you the video again, Maya, because this is the video of when Meghan Markle and Dr. Sophie Chandauka were on stage. If you listen to it, you can actually hear Meghan like ordering Dr. Sophie Chandauka, do not stand next to my husband. Like, this is on stage, knowing that the cameras are there, everything. I mean, awful, right? But what a ridiculous thing to blow your charity up over. And now the problem is, Maya, is she has actually revealed to the world that the reason Sentebale is in financial difficulties is because no one's interested in donating, like as in big donors, given the way that Harry treated the royal family, given the exit from the royal family, given the Oprah Winfrey interview. And so it's not going to be easy for him to just set up another charity because he's become so toxic.
Piers Morgan is not holding back on this one. And honestly, he's got a point. Harry and Meghan built their brand on being victims of mistreatment, yet when a black woman comes forward with allegations of being humiliated by them, suddenly they want to ignore it? The hypocrisy is absolutely unreal. Let's talk about Meghan's alleged power moves. Because this isn't just about one accusation. There's a pattern here. Dr. Chandauka wasn't just any employee. She was a high-ranking professional with global recognition. And guess what? It looks like Meghan saw her as a threat. Sound familiar? Meghan always plays the victim, but when someone else dares to challenge her, suddenly they get silenced.
And actually, the worlds of bubbles, whether you're talking about the political bubble or Hollywood bubble or whatever, they encourage bad behavior and they give false promises. So, for example, in real world, business world, Harry and Meghan, their branding is dead. But because they're still Harry and Meghan, there are still enough investors and idiots who back them, who say, you know what, start a new podcast or start a new charity. Yeah, people are going to love it. No, they don't. And it collapses, and then you're going to have to do it again. You release the book, and then half the people who bought the book, and not many people did, they did it because they hated it. And they just wanted to, it was like a hate reading session. And this is the whole thing. If it were any other normal person with any other branding, like charity or media, podcast, business, the logical solution is just take a break. It's not going to work. Just stop digging. And this is what they keep doing every single time.
I know. And we saw this launch of the As Ever products, Maya, yesterday. And she thinks we're stupid, right? Because I don't know if you saw this, but just like 1 minute before the products went on sale, they had these labels on. Most of them have these labels on saying coming soon, like as in we don't have the stock available. And the Royal Rogue, who was actually doing a live YouTube video at the time, noticed that they immediately, once they'd got on sale, like they immediately changed to a sold out sign. So it's all just marketing spin to try and say that it's sold out when actually you didn't have the product to send out anyway.
It's bad. Yeah, I mean, there's just one other option that Harry could probably do at this point. The chairman of Reform UK, that job will be vacant soon. So he could do that probably.
Now, there are some more serious allegations, though, about Prince Harry bullying. And this is how Page Six has reported it today. They say that he should fear that his angry message to the charity head will leak after harassment and bullying allegations. And isn't the problem now, Maya, given there is this official investigation, if I was Dr. Sophie Chandauka, I would absolutely submit that message to the authorities because she can say, well, this is part of the wider picture.
Yeah, well, it's important to be transparent. On the one hand, you don't want to overplay your hand, so we have to be consistent. So if someone's just being rude, that's one thing. If Harry's like just rude and shouted, that's one thing. But when it comes to actually being like bullying and using authority to oppress someone, then obviously that needs to be transparent regardless. The whole point, I think Dr. Sophie is kind of so far hasn't actually done well, overplayed her hand. So we'll find out exactly the details because I think it will help with the broader image, as you said.
Now, Maya, I have to share with you a clip from Talk last night with one of my favorite ladies, Lady Colin Campbell. She's one of my favorite women in the world, Maya. I could listen to Lady C all day, but I love that. Harry feasted off Meghan's honey pot. Yeah, don't want to hear too much more about that. But do you agree with her overall point though, which is effectively this has all been a sham?
Yeah, I mean, when you have a Lady C saying, "Why would you spend £10 or £20 on something nonsensical?" That's Lady C. She would spend whatever she has on it, and that means you have a problem. That even if she's criticizing the value of your product, so yeah, she's absolutely spot on.
Yeah, and I think this is just lose-lose. As I say, I think this is a lose-lose situation for Prince Harry. It's astonishing, Maya, when you actually just think about everything that he was prepared to lose for a woman, right? Like, yep, sure, love is one thing, but when you're literally talking about your family, every single friend, your reputation, now your charity, it's like, my God. And she doesn't even like you that much. She's just using you. Like it is quite an astonishing human story, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're both codependent on each other and in a toxic way, not in a good way. And this is it's not really good considering they are still public figures, and there will be some kids who will be looking up to them, whether you like it or not. People on TikTok and all these weirdos, and it's not really good to see them as role models.
Oh yeah. Well, look at these people. These people have got a tattoo. They've literally got a tattoo of her brand name, as if I mean, when I saw that, I'm like, okay, you need help, or this is another fake. God knows which.
This is the same woman who had staff fleeing from Kensington Palace, crying about emotional abuse. But now when SHE is accused of humiliating someone, it's all false narratives? Sorry, but we're not buying it. It's the exact same story we've heard before. Control the narrative, eliminate the competition, and play the victim when things go south. And now the UK Charity Commission is stepping in, meaning this isn't just tabloid gossip anymore. This is serious. Here's where it gets really bad for the Sussexes. Public opinion is shifting fast. Once upon a time they had Hollywood on their side, A-list celebrities, Netflix deals, Spotify contracts. But now, they're getting dropped left and right. Spotify called them grifters. Netflix is frustrated with their lack of content. And the British public? They're over it. Just look at these numbers. Their popularity has plummeted. People are seeing through the act. And now with this charity investigation, their entire humanitarian image is crumbling. How can you claim to fight for justice while ignoring serious allegations in your own organization? Piers says it best. Harry and Meghan are masters of self-pity, but when it comes to taking accountability, nowhere to be found. The question is, will they finally face real consequences for their actions? This investigation could be the final nail in the coffin for the Sussex brand. Because if they lose credibility in the charity world, they have nothing left. Their entire existence outside of the royal family is based on philanthropy, activism, and making a difference. But if they're exposed as frauds, it's game over. People aren't stupid. You can't preach about justice while allegedly mistreating people behind the scenes. And trust me, if the Charity Commission finds anything shady, it won't just be headlines. This could have legal consequences. And let's not forget, this isn't just about Sentebale. If one charity is being investigated, what about Archewell? What about the millions they've raised? If questions start getting asked there too, Harry and Meghan could be facing a full-blown scandal that even their Netflix team can't spin into a sob story. So where do they go from here? Can Harry and Meghan survive this PR disaster? Or have they finally burned one bridge too many? With this investigation, they can't just run to Oprah and cry about being victims again. This is real scrutiny. And if they're guilty, they won't just lose credibility. They could lose everything. At the end of the day, actions speak louder than words. And right now, the actions of Harry and Meghan aren't looking good. But what do you think? Is this the scandal that finally ends their Hollywood fairy tale? Or will they manage to spin it like they always do? Let me know in the comments. Alright folks, that's it for today's reaction. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe for more royal commentary, and drop a comment below. Do you think this charity investigation will expose Harry and Meghan's hypocrisy? Or is this just another media witch hunt? Let's hear your thoughts.